Hi, my name is Tim Crumlin, co-founder of Leggari. We specialize in highly scratch-resistant epoxy resins. We sell all over the United States, and we don't just sell countertop kits. Just ask the contractors that are joining us weekly. If you want the best, stay tuned till the end of the video to find out how you can order Leggari products. Enjoy.
Hey everybody, it's another Leggari products tutorial video. Now this countertop may look familiar. We've already done a YouTube video on this, a quick one at that, and we kept some of the steps out. So we got a lot of comments asking for how we applied the highlights and got the look, so I redid this video, and we will be showing you more of the process and also how we did the highlight colors. So as you can see, they built a bar on top of their countertops here out of just MDF board, and then they filled all the gaps with fast setting drywall mud, and then all we're going to do is just apply our primer right over that. That's what I'm doing in the video right now. Now remember, before you do your primer, you want to make sure your countertops are clean. Do a quick wipe down with some acetone and a rag, and that'll really get any grease or any kind of contaminants that are on the countertop surface off before you apply the primer. When you're applying the primer, make sure you dump it out of the bucket, get it on the countertop as soon as you can. Don't leave it in the bucket like we are here. We do this all the time so we know how long we have before it starts heating up in the bucket. So just make sure you get it dumped out across the countertops and then start rolling it out. So rolling the primer out is just like painting a wall. You're just trying to evenly roll the primer out across the countertop. It will self-level, so it doesn't need to be perfectly even everywhere, but just do your best to try to get it as even as you can. Once you get your roller saturated with some primer material from rolling the top, then start rolling some on the edges, and just keep repeating that process as you go along. Once your primer's tacky, this can take anywhere from 3 to 6 hours depending on the room temperature. If you want to speed the process up, you can get a fan blown across the surface, and this will help the primer cure out and get tacky enough to where you can do your base coat. So like we always say in all our videos, mixing the epoxy and the primer is the most important part. Make sure you read the instructions and mix it correctly. Take your time. So once you got the base coat mixed, dump it out across the countertops everywhere just like we did in the video, and then start rolling it out just like you did your primer. Rolling along the tops, and then periodically rolling some on the edges. Make sure you dump it all out. You don't want to leave it in the bucket because it will heat up faster in the bucket. So just like the primer coat, make sure you get it all dumped out across the countertop and don't leave it in the bucket for any amount of time. All the products in our countertop kits are very low VOCs. You do not need to wear a mask. We only recommend you wear a mask when you're mixing the pigments, the metallic pigments, into the epoxy, because it is a really fine powder. Basically looks like makeup powder. So that's why Tim's wearing his mask in the video, because he's doing all the mixing of the powders in the epoxy. The colors that were used on this countertop was pearl white base coat with liquid diamonds and charcoal highlights. Alright, once you're done with your base coat, doing the top of the counters and your edges, mix up your highlight color. You usually want to have someone helping you do this, have someone designated to mixing, and then have someone designated to rolling the product out. So all you're going to do is just pour little piles in random spots, and then once you get it all poured out, you're going to take the same foam roller you did on your base coat and start swirling those highlight colors around, and you'll see how we do it here in the video in a second. Alright, when you're doing the swirling on the highlights, you want to just be really light, let the roller glide across the surface. You don't really want to apply any pressure, you're just trying to blend the two colors together. And make sure you do different direction swirls, up and down, left and right. You don't want to keep doing the same motion over and over again. So as you're swirling the top, periodically add a little bit of that color to your edges, just like I do in the video, and then just go back, swirl the top some more, and then add some more to the edges. All you're trying to do is get the highlight color onto the edges. You can also pour some of your base color out where your oven was on the floor. You want to make sure you got plastic down first, of course, and you can use that for the edges later on. So you can also pour your highlight color down there too, just a little pile, and then you can dip your roller or your paintbrush in those piles and add the color onto your edges later on, because once you're done with the top of the countertop, you don't want to try to get color from it to add to the edges. So it's always nice to have a little pile of material somewhere where you can use. It's not going to affect the top of the countertop. Our countertop resurfacing kits were designed to go directly over your existing countertops without any prep work. All you need to do is wipe the countertop with denatured alcohol or acetone. The only one that will require a little prep work is marble or granite. Since it's a polished surface, you will need to scuff that surface up a little bit. And then again, just wipe it with denatured alcohol or acetone and you're ready to do your primer coat. Alright, so as you can tell, we did a light swirl on the highlights, so the highlights are more dominant. But I'm going to show you right now, if you swirl it again, it'll make it a lot darker and it'll blend those highlight colors a lot more. So just keep in mind, if you want your highlights more dominant, just do a light swirl on them, and if you want them blended more, maybe swirl them twice or just swirl them more heavy as you go along. All of our DIY countertop kits come with industrial grade epoxy. We sell the same epoxy to contractors that are doing floor coatings. So just remember, when you buy Leggari products, you are getting industrial grade coatings. You're not getting a Home Depot a Rust-Oleum product. This is an actual special order, high-end, highly durable, scratch-resistant epoxy resin. We've sold hundreds of our countertop kits across the USA and Canada, and most of the DIYers that purchase our kits have no previous experience in epoxy coatings or resins. So just keep that in mind. You don't need experience. All you need to do is watch our tutorial videos that we send to you once you buy a kit. They are different from our YouTube videos, so they do explain each process step by step. I'm actually going to be making a video of all the pictures that people have sent, so everyone can see what people are able to do with our kits without any previous experience. That's the end of our video. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel. We're always posting new videos of our epoxy products, whether it be countertops or flooring. Thanks again and have an awesome day.